Happy Tuesday! My name is Alan.
My name's Nick.
And welcome into the dungeon. Thank you again.
You're most welcome.
If it weren't for you, I'd be dead. Why did they want to kill me, though?
I suspect that perhaps they wanted to frame me. And that way they would have not only access to the drugs, but your precious cargo of saffron.
But why now, after all these years? I don't know. Many questions to ponder on.
I think we should finish packing up and get on the road. We've already lost half a day.
Yes, we don't mind. Help with the lighter stuff, and we'll get this done.
Of course.
So with much haste, Arfharim, Wilbur, and Timmy want to help Tavian pack up as much as possible, and as swiftly as possible, get back on the road again.
Alright, a few more hours pass. There's a lot to pack, a lot to load onto the carts and get ready, but you eventually get round to everything. You set off on the journey once you're 120 feet away from the remaining crate with the saffron in it, and also the drugs. Tavian didn't want to risk selling tainted saffron. You cast a spell?
Yes, I do. I start moving my hands, channeling the weave, as this bright ball of fire starts formulating, before I promptly hurl it towards the crate.
What's the name of the spell?
That would be Firebolt.
Firebolt. So it's a ranged attack, but as it's a cantrip, and for the sake of brevity, we'll just say that if it didn't hit on the first place, it eventually does, as you fire a volley of firebolts. You hit it without a problem. The crate begins to smolder, to catch fire, and when you see that it's smoking and a flame is rising, you're satisfied enough to turn around and begin on your journey down the road. You're about 2 days, maybe a bit more now that you're traveling with a caravan and with Tavian and his cart. But I'd say around 2 days from Willowshade Hollow, if you do indeed want to stop there.
Yes, that's the plan.
All right. The first day passes without any events of mention. It's a calm day, sunny day, and as dawn draws near, you start deciding that perhaps it's best to camp, set aside out of the tradeway, find a good spot and stop for the night. Is there anything you would like to do for the night, or?
So no, the usual. Just spend some time teaching Wilbur how to read, check in on Tavian, a little bit of small talk, read my book on demons.
The demons!
And writing my memoirs a bit.
Alright, so just roll for Wilbur to see how his reading is going.
This was just a straight up...
Yeah, just a straight roll.
Oh, Willie. It's a total of 9.
These lessons generally are going...
Quite poorly, I'd guess.
Quite poorly. Not a total disaster, but the highest he's rolled was a 13 once. The lowest a 7.
Baby steps.
Yeah, bit by bit.
Yeah, next time I find a library, I'll have to see if they've got some ducky books or...
Yeah.
Maybe capybara. That seems to be all the rage nowadays.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd enjoy a book on capybaras. But anyway, the rest of the night goes on without a hitch. You do take turns to keep watch.
If I rest first, I only need 4 hours, so I can spend the rest of the night keeping watch for everyone.
Yeah, so you do that, and in that way you save a few hours. So you get up quite early in the morning to make good time.
Rise and shine, everybody! Just 1 day to go.
No. Okay. Let's get something to eat quickly and move on.
There's something quick, nothing that requires a fire to light. Perhaps we can even eat on the road. I'm eager to get off it. We're a rather large moving target at this point.
I wonder if we're being watched by someone or something. It's been a few quiet days.
That precisely is my fear.
Well, let's get going.
So Wilbur helps in taking the tent down. You have something quick for breakfast, as you say, something to eat on the go. Tavian packs the cart with the little things he took out for the comfort of the night. And you get going on the tradeway once again. So similarly, the second day passes with nothing noteworthy happening. You guys are in quite a jovial mood, as you know you're heading to a little hamlet, even though there are rumors of weird goings-on there.
Ooh, the hymn of the mountain.
Yeah, the hill. The hymn of the hill and the Folly of Sorrows. But you are looking forward to maybe staying in an inn again. You're imagining there might be one there. Wilbur keeps to himself. He's looking rather thoughtful. You ask him, he'd say that he's going over the lessons that you imparted to him yesterday. And then the last rays of sun shine golden across the horizon as you reach a turning on the tradeway with a sign clearly indicating Willowshade Hollow. You follow a distinct path, although the wild has clearly begun to reclaim it, and the air grows heavier with each step you take towards the small hamlet, thick with the scent of damp earth and distant wood smoke. A low mist clings to the ground, curling around your ankles. You pass the occasional bent tree draped in trailing moss, then through the haze. After around half an hour to 3/4 of an hour walking, you see it, Willowshade Hollow. The small hamlet reveals itself, not with fanfare, but with silence. Crooked rooftops sag under the weight of ivy and time. Narrow streams cut through the land, bridged by slick planks and old stones. Lanterns glow faintly behind shuttered windows, their amber light dancing like fireflies in the mist. At the village's edge, an old sign hangs crooked on a wooden post. The lettering is faded, but just legible. It reads Willowshade Hollow. Tread soft, leave gentle. Beyond it, the path splits into soft trails, one veering toward a timber-framed inn, leaning into itself like a weary traveller, its chimney coughing lazy smoke into the evening sky. You see a sign above it, the wistful lantern. No one greets you, but you do feel eyes watching from behind shutters, from the reeds, and from the fog itself. And somewhere deeper in the mist, beyond the hamlet, the woods and the Folly of Sorrows awaits.
Sorry, just to clarify a point there.
Yes.
Did you say the inn was called the Wistful Lantern, or that it had a wistful lantern outside it?
No, it read, there's a sign that said the Wistful Lantern, so imagine the inn is called that.
Oh, alrighty. And would Arfharim know what this Folly of Sorrows is? Is it a wood? Is it mystical? Would he know if there's any dangers? And I guess, is this a place that perhaps he stopped many, many years ago on one of his travels to see Glagotha?
I believe you did a history check a few episodes back on this specifically, and I did say that you knew of the Folly of Sorrows was some ruins. It was a tower. It was ruins that belonged to a kingdom, an old ancient kingdom. You know of different ruins that spot the land and spot, but you haven't come across this one ever. It's the first time you're hearing of it, of the weird circumstances surrounding it.
It's all coming back to me now. Just to clarify, Nick the player, not Arfharim.
Yeah.
The adventurer.
Well, Tavian,
Yes.
I imagine the Wistful Lantern is the place for us to stop.
Yes, indeed. It is the only tavern here, as you can see. This is not a big town, not by a long stretch. But they have comforts and comfortable beds. We could spend the night.
Yes, sir, that's certainly the plan. At least a night. What will you do from here, Tavian?
I will wait around, see if anyone comes this way, and try to employ them as my guards. I need to make this shipment to Daggerford. I can't wait any longer, or else I'll be under the water.
You'll need to be a bit more careful with your vetting of companions or guards.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what.
And Arfharim pulls out all the other posters that were left in his pouch of distribution.
Just in case, given your misfortune, these were the other outlaws that are wanted in Daggerford. Just in case the troll sends any other ragabonds your way.
Oh, that's much appreciated. At least I have a visual on who to avoid now. I will probably stay here for the night and see what fortune comes my way tomorrow.
Come now, Wilbur. Let's go get ourselves a room.
Okay. I'm tired. I want to sleep. No reading tonight, Arfharim.
Oh, no worries. Tonight, we will dine. We'll drink some wine or ale. And then we'll sleep in a nice comfy bed for the first time in almost a 10-day.
Oh, I'm so happy.
You want to head over to the inn then?
Yes, we're heading straight to the Wistful Lantern.
So you make your way to the inn. You have to cross over some planks that are set across those small streams. You're quite close to the high moor now, so it means that the terrain here is quite marshy. Very misty, very damp. Quite a few mosquitoes are buzzing around, so you need to be swatting at them constantly. But you make your way to the inn, open the door, and close it behind you. Suddenly, the warm embrace of a stable building confronts you. It's a very humble tavern. Just a few tables are set. And at the far end, there's a little small bar area. There's a woman turned around, away from you, tending to some mugs. There are no patrons right now. It's empty, except for that woman. And there is a fire roaring on a hearth on the other side of the room. The place is quite dusty and smells a bit damp and mouldy. There is another door to the left as you come in that takes you further back. You imagine perhaps there's rooms back there. It's a single-story building.
What time of day is it that we have arrived?
It's the evening. The sun was setting as you found the path that led to the Willowshade Hollow. It took around another 30 to 40 minutes to get there, so yeah, the sun is now setting. It's starting to become dark.
Good evening, my dear. Would you happen to have a room for an old man and his grandson?
Yes, son. We are a humble inn, but I do have something for you. A room you can share, if that's okay.
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
I always like to keep a room vacant.
Oh, you only have 2 rooms.
Yes.
Well, we won't bother you. We only have 1. And a fellow traveler may be joining us anyway. He will need his own room.
Very well.
What's on the menu tonight? We've been days on the road. We're famished.
Well, we've got newt soup and frog skewers and, salamander burgers. If anything tickles your fancy, let me know. We've got some choice ales as well, brewed here.
Everything seems very amphibious.
Well, we do live in the marshes, and it's the catch that we get.
No crocodile, I take it.
No.
Good.
People aren't brave in the wilds these days. Strange things going on. It's been like that for a while, but it's getting ever more dangerous.
I'll tell you what, we'll order some skewers. Mug of your finest ale.
The finest is a stretch, but I'll see what I can do.
And perhaps you could get us up to speed with what's been going on here.
Are you sure you want to come round these places poking your nose around? Nothing good comes of it, I tell you.
Yes, well, the tales of this hamlet have travelled far and wide.
I can imagine, but if I had to give you one piece of advice, it's this. Stay the night, wake up refreshed, and leave in the morning. And don't look back.
So there are issues with this town as well? Or is it just the Folly of Sorrows?
Well, the town is suffering because of the Folly of Sorrows. People are afraid to stay here. We're losing business. But there's nothing strange about the town. It's a normal town. Unfortunately, we live near these ruins. As I say, it's been there forever. But recently it's been getting worse. We could ignore it. I'm afraid we can't anymore. Beasts are getting displaced even.
Oh!
The beasts of the wild getting displaced.
Oh, yes, I heard back when I was at Waterdeep. Something very similar. Beasts were being displaced. All around the Mere of Deadman. Quite a swampy marshland like this as well.
Yes. It seems there's something similar to...
Oh, I've just had a horrific realization.
What?
Those beasts were being displaced by nothing other than a dragon. The hymn of the mountain. Surely he's not a dragon.
No. It is not. I fear that. We know dragons and understand them. Know their weaknesses. We do not know the weakness of the hymn of the hill.
So what is this hymn of the mountain? Has anybody seen it?
Hill.
Oh, hill.
It's not a mountain.
Oh, when you get as old and crooked as I am, everything seems like a mountain.
Yes. It's a creature of malevolence. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little poem about the hymn.
Oh, I would have thought a hymn was a hymn.
No. Hymn of the hill. All covered in bracken and moss. Hymn of the hill. Comes, rumbles with thunder, with yearnings of all they have lost. So flee, far and wide, from the hill that is him, for the famished, the thirsting, the yearn of his whim. From him of the hill, stay far from that folly, young man.
Oh, it's been a while since somebody's called me young.
I look at Wilbur.
These baby blues still have it.
I am not joking. The hymn of the hill shall devour your heart.
But what exactly is this creature?
A menace. Something from the marshes, the swamps himself. A creature covered in bracken and moss. I do not know what it is.
Sounds like a swamp thing. Can I ask you a question? Well, two actually. What is your name?
My name is Gertruda.
Oh, beautiful name, Gertrude.
Thank you. What is yours?
My name is Arfharim, half elven. People often joke that it's because I'm half a man and half an elf.
I haven't heard a joke quite as witty as that one in a while. People here are quite depressed as of late.
Well, perhaps Arfharim's folly can bring a little bit of light to this dark place.
I would hope so.
Well, my other question, and this may be the ale talking at this point, but I'm a little confused. I was under the impression that the hymn of the hill was hymn as in a song, like a religious chant. But your poem made it sound like it was a hymn, like a he.
Yes, although the last thing you will hear is a song so sweet, and then you'll never be seen no more.
So it is both then, a hymn and a hymn.
The hymn of the hill is a hymn.
At this point, you'll look backwards to Wilbur, and he's just standing there, wide-eyed, with mouth agape, with a little bit of drool coming out of his side. Clearly confused, scratching his head, twisting the side of his eyebrow with the index finger and his thumb.
What's the matter, my boy?
A bit lost.
There's not much to think about here. The hymn is a hymn, but he also sings a hymn.
What's a hymn?
Well, you're a hymn.
No, but sing is a hymn a song?
Yes, like at the temples,
Oh,
when they all break into song.
oh,
That is also known as a hymn.
okay. So we are fighting a song.
Well, we're fighting a hymn that sings a hymn.
Oh, I'm confused. I think I'm gonna sit down after him.
I thought you already was. Sit down. My boy, the ale has gone to your head.
Is Wilbur sat down?
No, he's standing up.
Has the ale gone to?
No, he when he started getting confused, he just stood up. He thinks better when he's standing.
Oh, any reason for that?
No, he just, I think he feels that his blood flows better when he's standing. Just a habit of his.
Oh, a quirk.
Yeah, a quirk of his. When he feels a bit stressed, he stands.
Anyway, I'm gonna sit down.
Yes, my boy.
So, after that weird conversation, the woman starts preparing your food, your newt and whatever you ordered, the frog skewers, right?
Yeah.
And you're already having your ales that she poured whilst you were talking. After a while, she comes out, presents you with a surprisingly good-looking food. Doesn't even look like frog.
Oh, I've heard this tastes exactly like chicken.
Well, those will be false rumors. It tastes exactly like frog.
Oh,
But it's nice. You have it. And tell me what you think.
Shall I roll for Constitution, see if I like it or not? Because, I don't know. Arfharim's never really eaten frog. Nick is repulsed by the idea of this, but
Yeah, I'd say, roll for Constitution.
it's a total of 7.
7, oof. You bite into it, expecting the worst, but you're pleasantly surprised by the taste. It's well cooked, it has good flavor, good balance, bit of spice in there, you can tell, But the idea of eating frog is nagging at the back of your mind, and as you swallow the first piece, you gag slightly.
Everything okay?
Yes, it's frog.
You don't completely gag, you're able to control yourself and swallow it. It's up to you if you carry on eating it or just discard it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to carry on eating it. The rest of the menu wasn't particularly enticing.
No. You see that Wilbur has just taken out some of his cheese and hardtack.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
it's
forgot to
munching,
order.
it's munching at
Oh,
the
Gertrude, do you have anything vegetarian for my grandson?
Vegetarian.
How could I forget?
Well, we've got mushrooms.
Oh, Wilbur, that sounds good.
Oh,
Better than cheese.
well,
Perhaps a mushroom stew.
mushroom soup.
Yes, we've got mushroom soup and truffles and such. I'll cook something for you, little boy, don't worry.
Young man and little boy, you are quite the charmer, Gertrude.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
I mean, how old is Gertrude at this? Because she sounds pretty old. So.
I mean, you haven't asked her age because you shouldn't ask a lady her age, but she's a small woman. She's human, and her face is covered in wrinkles. She's hunched and has a long nose and beady eyes, and her hair is tied back in a bun, and it's grey all over. So she looks as ancient as the folly itself. Not that you've seen it, but perhaps that's an exaggeration on my part, but yeah, she's old.
Yeah, it's hard work running this tavern.
Indeed.
Has Tavian arrived at the tavern? Or is he still about doing his business?
Tavian is nowhere to be seen as of now. Hasn't been long either. You know he had the horse and the carriage to tend to, and perhaps find a place to keep that safe. But yeah, for now he hasn't come in.
Well, I'll say, after you have your bite, if you are interested in learning more about the Folly of Sorrow, if you are hell-bent on going that way, you should speak to Old Marn.
Old Marn.
Old man. Old Marn. He is an old man, but his name is Marn. Old Marn, we call him.
I glance sideways at Wilbur.
He had sat down and is again slowly rising from his chair, twiddling at his eyebrow.
Wilbur, it's just an old man called Old Marn.
Oh, okay.
He slowly sits down.
Who is this Old Marn?
Oh, he's a local. A resident of these parts, being here longer than me, if you can't believe it.
Oh, you must not be a day over 30.
You are too kind. But no, I am getting on with my years. I'm 32.
Think they're meant for each other, these two.
But yes, he's a poor old fellow living in the fringes of this small hamlet. Keeps to himself, but he's a keen historian and someone that's been studying the folly for many a year. If you are intending to go, best speak to him first. I'm sure he will part with valuable information.
Is he knowledgeable in other parts of the Sud Coast, or just the Folly of Sorrows?
He hasn't left this town, I don't think ever. So, I don't know how far his knowledge spans in the history of the Sword Coast, but he's quite the expert in this here small hamlet and the folly itself. But I mean, you can ask him. History bores me, if I'm perfectly honest, so it's not something that's of interest to me. He drones on and on when he does visit this tavern, and I tend to stop paying attention.
Well, that's understandable if you're hearing the same tale over and over. But you see, I am a scribe. I have a keen interest in history, so perhaps I can pick the old man Marn's brain.
I'm sure you'll become best buddies. Well, actually, the poem I just told you, I learnt it from him.
So Wilbur and I finish our meals, have another couple of ales. I'd say at this point, Arfharim's feeling a little bit tipsy, quite relaxed for a change. He feels he's really earned this after the last couple of battles on the road and the stresses of the treacherous high road.
Well, Wilbur, shall we go off in search of old man Marn?
Oh, yes. I'm seeing two of you.
Can you imagine that? 2 Arfharims.
Oh, what a handful indeed.
Perhaps my name then would be Fulfrim.
That's a good one.
Oh, how about a roll today, Wilbur?
Folfrim. Because Folfrim. I don't get it.
I think you've had too much ale, Wilbur.
Can I ask a question
Yeah.
to DM Al
Yeah,
instead of Wilbur here? Why was Wilbur saying Forfrim?
because I thought you had said Folfrim.
Oh no, I meant Fulfrim. As in, like,
Fulfrim,
you know,
right.
two
Okay.
offs make a full.
Yeah.
So it wasn't Wilbur.
Well, it was me and Wilbur. I didn't really get it. Neither did Wilbur. But Wilbur still doesn't get it, even if it makes sense now. Wilbur still doesn't get it. Again, he stood up, twiddling with his eyebrow.
Well, off we go. Let's go in search of the
Oh.
old man.
Yes. I'm right behind you.
I wonder if he likes to be called Marnie. Like Manny, but Marnie. Oh, Wilbur, lighten up.
He's had to think too much. His brain is starting to hurt.
Forfrim's a little
Jovial.
jovial.
Yeah.
He's on the, he's usually quite the quiet type, almost like a bland old potato. But now that the sun has gone down and the night is starting to come to life, not because this place is particularly alive, but Arfharim is now the life of, I was going to say Sleeping Hollow, but no, Willowshade Hollow. He now feels as if he is the Guido Masvrada of the Sword Coast.
He's well versed in dwarven history, I see.
Yes, he's also well versed in the tales of Shrew and his companions.
Oh, really?
Word reached Waterdeep, so he's keen on learning more about Guido Masvrada.
Interesting. So you guys make your way out of the tavern, I imagine?
Yes, we're looking for the edges of town, but Arfharim still hasn't dawned on him yet that he didn't really ask exactly where he can find Old Man Mon, so he's just wandering around.
Yeah, it's not that big of a town, and you can see like there's very rough paths that lead to different areas. It's more like paths that have been made with the footfalls of people. It's not like a proper path marked with cobblestone or anything like that. And you can see a few houses. They all seem empty. You don't know where they are. They just seem like they are closed. If there are people in there, they've long gone inside and shut the door, shut the blinds, and gone to bed, or at least hunkering down for the night. All except one house, which you can see the windows open and candlelight flickering inside. And over a desk as you start approaching, you can see through the window, kind of sooty desk.
Is Arfharim being a peeping Tom here?
Well, it's quite apparent. It's a small house and there is a window. It's quite dark outside, and the shine of the candlelight is enough for you to see some features from within the house. And as I say, you can see a desk and an old man hunched over it.
Shh, Wilbur, shh.
Ooh. I think we found it.
Wilbur, shh. Can we hear a hum or him?
Arfharim's remembering that Captain John mentioned something about a hum or a... Now that he's feeling relaxed, he's sort of trying to quiet... I mean, the whole town was quiet, but he's being quite noisy as he's
Yeah.
strutting around town. Shh.
Roll a perception check.
It's a total of 17.
You're not sure how far the Folly of Sorrows or the hill is from here. You're surrounded by marshes and the marshy woods. But there is this almost inconceivable drone. I wouldn't say a buzzing, but it's constant. You can't really make much of it. It tends to stop from time to time, pulsating almost. But it's a constant noise that very faintly fills the surrounding area. If you do not pay attention to it, you'll stop hearing it.
Did you hear that, Wilbur? That is the hymn's hymn.
Who?
The hymn of the hill is singing a hymn.
I just hear. That doesn't sound like music from a church, Arfharim. You said church music. Sounds
Well,
nothing
I
like a
suppose
song.
Perhaps we have to get closer. Anyway, old man Maud! Hello!
You hear a rustling from inside the house as you shout out, and you see him waddle towards the window and stick his nose up to it, trying to peer outside.
Who is it?
Oh, my name is Arfharim, because I'm Arfharim. Oh, sorry. This is my son, Wilbur.
Can I be of service to you anyhow?
Yes, get through the centers your way.
Gertruda. Oh, that beautiful woman.
Why, she's a sight for sore eyes.
Yes, indeed. Well, a friend of Gertruda is indeed a friend of mine. Do step in.
Well, it's very kind of you.
And you see him wander off from the window. And after a while, you hear a few locks being opened, and the door opens inwards.
Coming. I was just mulling over a few of my notes. You know, I like studying.
Yes, I've heard. I myself am a scribe too.
Whoa, brilliant. I don't tend to meet many scribes or people interested in the art of history.
Oh, I'm a fond lover of history.
Oh, yes, I can see it in your eyes.
And you see his eyes are almost closed to the point that you wonder if he's blind or he's got poor vision.
I wave my hands in front of his eyes.
What are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm just checking if you can see.
Of course I can see. Didn't you tell you that I was reading? You think I would be able to read if I can't see? My eyes aren't what they used to be, no doubt, but I still have my wits about me.
I'm glad to hear. Gertruda said you were the person to talk about.
Gertruda.
Yes, you are. Stay with me here, old man.
Oh, yes. Talk about what? What is on your mind? Sit down.
He pulls up a seat and waves to you to sit down.
Well, Gertruda said that you would be the person to talk about the Folly of Sorrows and the Hymn of the Hill.
The Folly of Sorrows, oh yes. I've been studying it for quite a time now, I tell you. I know quite a bit about it.
Have you seen the Hymn of the Hill?
Oh, I've seen. Yes, monstrous creature, covered in moss.
How did you escape it? All the tales say that those that see it don't live to tell the tale.
I've got my ways around the place. I know a thing or two about the terrain. I tell you, if you go in the mornings, it's quite safe. You have to be careful about the area at night. In the mornings, you can find places to hide. My curiosity almost got the better of me, but I was able to escape. Oh, this was long ago now, when I was younger, of course, and now I dare not step into the hill. Not during the night, of course.
And if any adventurers try to find anything about this, do you know a Captain John? Well, perhaps he wasn't a captain then, but John from Daggerford. John Daggerford.
Yes, adventurers come and go. Some come, some go. Some go to the folly and never come back. It's rather sad. I did know of a captain. I wasn't a captain back then. He's become a captain now, as you say, of Daggerford. I know him well. He and his party, some years back now, used to make this place the home, the base of operations, if you will. But I'm afraid curiosity got the better of them. I warned them not to venture into the folly. Not at night. If they weren't prepared, they weren't going to make it out. Unfortunately, none of them did, except for Captain John. Is he the one who sent you? That foolish boy.
Well, he made mention of it, and this lovely hamlet happens to be on the road to Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, yes. What is it you want to know? I've got a lot of things to tell you.
Well,
I
everything.
love speaking about the Folly of Sorrows.
What is this mysterious tower that lays within it?
The tower. History tells of this tower as it goes. It used to be an estate of a noble family that centered upon this hill. One such in this long line of nobles, Lord Trininstedt Falavale, is remembered as a cruel and heartless overseer of the lands and people. You see, this is a tale not of only the Folly of Sorrows, but also of what haunts it.
God, I'm intrigued. Do go on.
And that
No!
is where we're going to end it.
You can't tease me! You do me dirty.
You'll have to stick around until next week to learn about the Folly of Sorrows and what haunts it.
Damn it! I don't like being on the other side of the screen.
Well, it's the sweet taste of vengeance. I had to suffer it for quite a time.
Yes, almost 60 episodes.
Yeah,
Or was it more? I can't recall now.
quite a bit more, I believe.
Oh yeah, I think we got into the 80s. But anyway, I digress. If, like me, you cannot wait a whole week, make sure you visit our website www.i2td. Follow the links there to everywhere where Into the Dungeon resides. Follow the little coffee cup if you wish to support the podcast, which helps us make these wonderful episodes for you. And it's also a fun way for you to be a part of the stories we tell and help shape the adventures we play, because any donations turn into potions, quite cleverly put, because they're not buy me a coffees, but buy me a potion, will appear in-game. So it's your chance to make a difference in the actual story itself.
If you wish not to donate or simply cannot, worry not. You can still help us by liking all our stuff, maybe leaving a review in your podcast player of choice, and give us some ratings as well. Maybe follow us there as well on the podcast player of choice. I think we've got around 40-something subscribers or followers on on Spotify. Let's push that to 50.
Yeah.
Let's push it. Let's make it happen. 50, please. But anyway, yeah, anything you can do, or maybe even spread the word and tell your family and friends, helps us tremendously. So thank you very much for that.
We have more in other places, but Spotify is our home of podcasting, so we'd love to see the fan base grow there a little more. This now brings us on to the end of the episode club.
The last one standing.
Here we give you a password. You use the password to prove to us that you have stayed till the very end of the episode and that you have the highest of constitution. Do you have a password for us today, Al?
Indeed I do.
Do tell.
Wild Thing.
Ooh, is that because of the Swamp Thing reference?
Yeah, you got that song stuck in my head when you referenced the Swamp Thing.
Ooh, I think that's now 4, maybe 5 episodes in a row where there's been a musical connection.
I did that on purpose too, because I wanted to keep it musical. So, Wild Thing.
You know what to do. Make our hearts sing.
Oh yeah.
Well, anyway, it's time now to call the true end of the episode. Thanks so much for joining in. We really hope you've enjoyed this, and we hope to see you next week as we delve
Into the dungeon.